Hello, welcome to another talk. And It's been an interesting day today with all the snow falling. And I hope you've managed to keep safe in the house and not had to do too much shoveling. I know that I've got some to do later on, but we'll get to that eventually. It's interesting to hear about the changes which are already taking place because of COVID-19. My dad informed me this morning that the chickens in the UK have stopped laying. He reached this earth-shattering conclusion because he could not get eggs at his local supermarket. I understand that closer to home, people are asking their parents and friends to teach them how to bake bread, and apparently there's a run on yeast here in Fredericton. We don't tend to think about yeast very much until it's not available. The word yeast or leaven appears in the Bible 34 times. In Jewish culture, the theme of leaven runs for centuries through the feast of the Passover, when the Israelites were told by God to prepare to leave Egypt. One of the instructions was that they were to prepare unleavened bread for their journey. The reason for this was that the people were to be ready to leave quickly. There was no time to let the dough go through its usual process of rising, so they baked flat bread, today known as matzah. Each year, it is part of the Passover meal for Jews. It, along with special foods and rituals, connects the Jewish people to each other and to their ancestors through time. It also reminds them of their founding stories, telling them about God's intervention when they were enslaved. The Jews have much to teach us about memory and connection. As we approach Easter, we have foundational stories too, and we reflect on these. They include the death and resurrection of Jesus. As with the Exodus, we see God's intervention into history on behalf of his people and the whole of creation. It is into this story of sacrifice and joy that followers of Jesus are baptized. And through it, we are connected to Jesus and to each other in his risen life. In Matthew 13:33, Jesus compares the kingdom of heaven to leaven being worked through dough. It is initially a small thing, but ultimately fills the whole batch and enables it to be bread. In these days of uncertainty, these images remind us of God's actions of love for us, and that ultimately it is his kingdom intentions of beauty, peace, and justice which will be fulfilled. Once again, thanks for joining me today, and I hope that things are going well. Don't forget that there is a litany available for us to pray together at 6 o'clock every evening through the Zoom link. So please join us there. And as I said at the beginning, be careful in these snowy conditions. So God bless and stay safe. We'll see you again soon.